Hi guys, my name is Byungman Kim. I'm a professor from the Department of Early Childhood Education at Gyeongnam University. And my co-author name is Professor Mijin Kim. It is a great honor to have an opportunity to present my research in this conference. Today, I will brief you on my research on LAD analysis of policy reports for low birth patterns. The purpose of this study was to analyze the main topics of policy reports related to low birth status during the last 15 years. To this end, the LAD technique was applied to the policy report that was reported for 15 years to extract topics of low birth phenomena and to analyze major issues every 5 years. The results of this study are as follows. First, related topics often featured words such as society, aging society, population, our country, economy, family, education, and environment. Second, the topic modeling analysis of policy reports has been used to extract the main topics according to the time of low birth phenomena and to identify meaningful differences in the composition ratio by time. This study was able to draw major topics related to low birth phenomena in policy report, identify major issues of low birth phenomena by comparing them with timing, and explore the changes to broaden the understanding of low birth rate phenomena. It can also provide meaningful implications for subsequent policymaking and research implementation. Actually, I'm gonna skip introduction and here is the research method. First, data collection. For this study, data collection was done by crawling the results of researching policy reports to low birth using Selenium. Selenium is the testing framework for applications and is commonly used for automated testing. Starting in 2005, the 5-year cycle was set to be one period, the second period, and the third period. The information in policy report was downloaded in the form of PDF after searching the keyword low birth and low birth at http://policy.national.government.korea. Policy reports that can only be found through the agreed libraries have been excluded because they are not accessible. For the collected data, the policy report is PDF type and contains images other than text. So only text type or types were imported into the Python 3.6 program and saved as a file. Through the above access, 242 policy reports on low birth status reported from 2005 to 2019 were chosen as the final analysis target for this study. I'm gonna skip data processing. Here is data analysis. First, we analyzed the frequency of the words and checked the frequently used words, and then excluded the meaningless words from the analysis by registering them as unnecessary words in order to implement the topic modeling of big data. This study used the LDA to discover the core topics of best text and to understand the interrelationships among subjects by inferring the parameters of the probability distribution from which the original data was generated from the observed data. LDA is a probability model that estimates the distribution of words and distribution of documents to see which topics exist in each document for given document. As a sampling method gives a sampling method which is a technique of changing only one variable, fixing the remaining variables, and excluding some unnecessary variable from sampling was used. Iteration was set as 5,000 times. In the policy report, we searched for the words with the highest appearance of low birth phenomena, derived topics that were constant, derived keywords for each topic, and analyzed the difference in topic composition and composition ratio for each cycle every 5 years. In setting the number of topics, the researcher used the method to specify an arbitrary number in consideration of the interpretability and suitability of the field. Here is the result. This is a table 1, top appearance word and policy reports on low birth. And here is table 2, keywords by topic in the 2005-2009 policy reports. And here is table 3, keywords by topic in the 2010-2014 policy report. And table 4, keywords by topic in the 2015-2019 policy report. And here is conclusion. This study analyzed the main topics of policy reports related to the low birth rate during the last 15 years, draws attention to topics in policy research reports on low birth rate, and compares them by period. The purpose was to identify the current status of birth phenomena and major issues, and to provide implications for establishing policies related to low birth. Discussion is based on the results presented in this study and is as follows. First, the main topics extracted from the policy reports published from 2005 to 2009 are welfare, perspective supporting target, precipitation of policy intervention, support of education and childcare, and view of women's birth in this period. Topics such as women, mom, mother, pregnant women, and infertility fertility were considered as the top and the subject of low fertility problems was recognized as women, and the nation's public responsibility for raising was strengthened. It can be seen that the government tried to solve the low birth rate problem by increasing the government-led fiscal input. In other words, during the period while emphasizing the arrival of the low birth rate, the low birth rate was defined as a national crisis, and the improvement of the nurturing environment led to the improvement of marriage and childbirth desires, but still the birth of the family rather than the women discussion-making problem. It was presumed to be a matter of all individual. Therefore, there is a limitation that the government's low birth rate policy is approaching the economic paradigm of women welfare and investment. Second, the main topics extracted from the policy reports released from 2010 to 2014 are costs of child rearing, financial support, home welfare support, major limitation of childbirth, and rehabilitation of fertility. During this period, topics such as parental leave, male, and parent were drawn to the top and beyond the support for women's pregnancy and childbirth, education and childcare. The government's low fertility policy led to housing stability, health, and routine. Assumptions were expanded to equilibrium. In addition, the target of the low birth rate policy was expanded from low-income families to working families at this time, and it was possible to confirm the change in the government's policy direction by reducing the burden of childbirth and pretending to support work-family balance. At this time, the government's low birth rate policy expanded for purpose of the policy of balancing work and family, but it still has limitations in recognizing childbirth and care as a women's problem. Third, the main topics extracted from the policy report related from 2015 to 2019 are future social response perspective, national support, realistic support, internationalization of low birth responsible policy, and expectation of birth rate recovery. In the policy report published at this time, policy support based on improving quality of life and establishing gender quality stands out. This reflects the criticism that the existing low birth rate policies did not consider the gender aspect and is evaluated as a new reconstruction of the low birth rate policy from the perspective of gender equality. During this period, the scope of the policy was further expanded by encompassing diverse types of families, from married women to unmarried men and women, and it was confirmed that policies were implemented to establish a gender equality culture, such as parental leave for men. In addition, through topics on future society response, national support, and policy internationalization, international, it can be seen that the perspective of viewing low birth rates goes beyond the level of actual analysis, and it includes prospects and directions for the future society. For 15 years, the government's low birth rate policy has gradually expanded its targets, and the paradigm of low birth rate problems and support measures has changed. However, the government still lacks the view of the people who raise children, because the national view is dominant rather than the people-centered approach, and does not include the various aspects of life and social structure. Is point out. Therefore, in order to solve the low birth rate problem, as deviating from the long established assumption that all things could be explained from a mechanical interaction point of view, it is necessary to pay attention to the complexity of the low birth rate, which is a dynamic system itself, and to listen to the discourse lies differently in the low birth rate policy. That's all for now. Thank you for listening. Thank you.